All right. My name is Ben Free. I am a deputy clerk with Utah County, authorized to do marriages. I've been doing them a little over 3.5 years at this point in time. When I started, I had previously just been babysitting voting machines, and they don't talk back to you or anything like that. A couple of them did blow up like a pack of firecrackers, though, you know.
Yeah.
It was only like 300, well, it was only like $1,500 a pop, but it blew up 10 of them because there was a power surge.
Cool.
Nothing that I did, boom, 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 you know, smoke and all that stuff. Anyway, but the point is, as I am a deputy clerk and I'm authorized to do marriages, and I'm grateful to be able to do yours today. You are remotely joining us in our Health and Justice Building, Utah County campus in Provo, Utah, in the state of Utah, in the United States of America. Okay, so that's where our jurisdiction comes from. All right. And like I said, the two of you found each other and you fell in love with each other. And you know how many people you had to find to go through to do that? 10.3 billion people. Okay. So somehow you found each other out of 10.3 billion people. So my first challenge to you is to choose each other each day. Second challenge, choose each other each day and choose to be happy. So you do nice things for each other because you love each other, like each other, need each other, want each other, and protect each other. That's the reason why you do nice things for each other. And validation, you're a hug, a kiss, a card, a call, a text, a chocolate, a flower, a trip to the beauty salon for Liz, help her on off the coat, do the heavy lifting, make all the major decisions and choices together as a couple. Okay. And I also challenge you, Joram, to take the unsafest side of, like if you're going out with her and you're walking down the streets, you're going to the stores and coming back out, take the unsafest side, whether that's the street side or whether you feel like that's the building side, because the buildings usually have a little alley between the way, you know, there's like little built-in fire breaks in case a building burns, so they can kind of keep it under control. So that whether you think she'll be taken that way or the street side. So anyway, it's not that that's going to ever happen to you, but you just want to be prepared, because that's a way that you can show her that you love her and you want to protect her. Okay, so choose each other, choose to be happy, help each other to be your best. All right, now the two of you are not an object. I have an object up here in my window. This represents late summer, early autumn. We will take it down in a few weeks and change it out for something else. That's an object. You're not putting each other up for display, because you love, revere, and respect each other for who you are. Okay, so you're not an object. A project is something that needs to be fixed. Okay, unfortunately, Joram, you cannot fix Elizabeth, and Elizabeth, you can't fix Joram. You can only offer suggestions to each other, but you can't fix each other. So ultimately, I liken us all to fires, and a fire leaves a mark everywhere it goes. So are we leaving a good mark? Are we a fire builder, or are we a firefighter, putting people out? So yeah, I get that's putting people out, but building each other up, that's encouraging people. That's helping them to understand that they have worth and value and importance. And that's what you want to do with each other. Your strengths, Joram, are Liz's weaknesses, and Liz, your strengths are Joram's weaknesses. But the two of you complement each other and cleave together as a couple, as husband and wife, and you can do amazing things together because you're cleaving together. So choose each other and choose to be happy. Next, don't go to bed angry. Right now, in our society today, it takes 2+ incomes to make a lifestyle. So that means, Joram, you're working. Liz, that means that you're working. Okay, and you put those two together, that gives you enough to have your life that you want to be. Okay, and so you continue, you help each other to be your best. Marriage work is this: you're opening your hearts to each other, your mind, your eyes, your ears, your voice, your nose, and your emotions. That's marriage work. That's fun work, as opposed to mandate work. Mandate work is this: you go to work when the boss says, you do it the boss's way. If you don't do it the boss's way, then it's the highway. Okay, so yeah, that's mandate work. We tolerate that because we need the money, because we want to have a place to live where we have heat and cool. Okay, be able to have electricity, refrigeration, water, sewer, garbage, all of those. Okay, so that's what we do. That's why we do what we do. So yeah, you do nice things for each other. You try to help each other to be your best. Okay, And you're always checking in with each other. So if you have something that happens to you at work, if you think about your work day, you get up in the morning, you get ready to go to work. And if you start the clock from the time you get up to get ready to go to work, and you have your breakfast and you get your tasks set up for your lunch hour or whatever, anything you want to do. Okay, you set that up. And then once you're ready to go to work, then you go to work. And then when you get to work, you work 2 hours, get a break. Then you work 2 more hours, you get a lunch break. Okay. And then you get work 2 more hours, you get another little break, and then it's time to come home, and then you go home. But if depending upon how far away work is, that could be anywhere from 9 to 11 hours of your day just to work an 8-hour job. Depending upon how you travel and how distance and all that stuff. Okay. And so you're separated. And if you have a little bump in your day, which somebody kind of irritates you because of something they said, it's not even your fault. Like here, we're a government agency here, all right? So we have people come in, we do abatements here, which are for older retired people to help them, and they had a hard time finding us. We moved over, we were kicked out of the other building that we're at on the 3rd floor, and we're on the ground floor on a corner, easy access. But they have a hard time finding us. They ordered signs and they just got put up 2 weeks ago. 3 years ago, we ordered signs. They just got put up 2 weeks ago. Okay. Government moves at glacier speed. All right. So anyway, yeah. So we sometimes get yelled at, said, "How come this is so hard to find? Why can't we do it?" And it's my generation because we don't know how to go directions to. Whatever it is, and then they can tell you how to get there. All right. But yeah, it's my generation that has that problem. Okay. So anyway, but the two of you found each other and you want to help each other, be your best. All right. So you're not treating each other as an object, a project. You cannot fix each other, but you can offer suggestions, and that's good. Lastly, don't put a task above the two of you. I had a bride that her cell phone was way more important than her groom in the ceremony. We told them 8 to 10 guests. First thing they disobeyed, they brought 40. We don't have room in our building for 40 guests. I had to take them outside. This was last November. Temperature outside at 3:30 in the afternoon was 17 degrees. Okay. Yeah. Not exactly warm. Water freezes at 32. It's 17. Okay. So they had to stand outside. All right. So she interrupted her marriage ceremony 3 times because of her cell phone. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
And the first time it was, she could hear her phone ringing above the din of 40 guests. And she just let go of the groom's hands. I mean, the groom had just said yes, he'd marry her. She let go of the groom's hands, started to turn, walk away. She walked over to a picnic table because her purse was on there, and she just started shoving people out of the way so she could get her purse. She got her purse, she brought it over and set it down. Her phone was ringing the whole time. So she set it down and stopped, and she goes, "Oh, okay." And then she picks up her phone and she dials a number, starts talking, grabs her purse, and walks into an adjacent building. I turned to the groom and I said, "You going after her?" And he said it just like this. He said, "Oh no, I can't do that. If I do that, that will make her angry and upset. And when she's angry and upset, horrible, awful things happen. People get hurt and things get broken. So no, we can't do that." And I'm thinking, dude, how many times you've been beat up by this woman? You just said, yes, you wanted to marry her. Okay. So we waited for 15 minutes. When she came back out, she just walked straight over to him, set her purse down, took him by the hand. I asked him again if he'd marry her. He said yes. If it'd been my son, I would have slapped him upside the head and said, "You don't want this one." Okay, but he said yes. Then I asked her and she said yes. Had them exchange vows and rings. I married them. When I pronounced them legally and lawfully married as husband and wife, she let go of his hand, reached down, grabbed her purse, and started walking toward her car. Okay, so, and the groom's over there and his buds are all there, his 10 high school buds. And they're saying, "I'll be number 3, I'll be 7, I'll be 8, I'll be 9, I'll be 4, I'll be 5. You know, they're just, you know, doing that. And I says, "Are you going after your bride?" "What?" I said, "Your bride is leaving." He says, "Oh, I got to catch her. She brought me here. And if I can't catch her, I'll be left here and I don't know where to go. And I don't have any transportation to get there. So I'm stranded." So he had to hurry and leave it to catch her. All right. So I tell you, I'm only telling you this story, not for dramatic effect, but sort of, because the two of you are way more important than any task. Okay. So don't put a task above each other. okay? And sometimes that task can even be work. Sometimes it can be school. Sometimes it can be good things that maybe the task is that you have to go see every show that comes out on the movie theater. I don't know, but don't put a task between each other because you two are more important, okay? Honor each other first. And then your parents and your family, okay? Extended family, cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, okay? Wherever you're at there. And then you start moving into things. Maybe it's video games. Maybe it's nature. Maybe it's hobby, it's sports, whatever. So don't put a task above each other, but do things together. Go out together. I suggest that you go on a date each week. So Joram, I suggest that you take Elizabeth someplace that you would like to go when you get together so that she can see what you like to do, so she can understand you better. And then Elizabeth, you take Joram the next week someplace where you would like to go, even if it's dress shopping. Okay, if you need a new dress, take him dress shopping with you, because if you buy the dress and you bring it home and try it on, he'll say that no matter what he answers to the dress question, it's going to be wrong. Okay, but if you take him with you, he can tell you that dress doesn't flatter you. That dress flatters you, but I don't like the color. Then you find something that looks like that in a different color. That's better color. Oh, this is better than that one. So you just try it on. And then now you've got a dress where you look wonderful and amazing to him. So you know that every time you wear it, you look wonderful and amazing. Okay. Because no matter what he answers to the first dress question, he says, oh, you look nice in it. It's okay. The colors are bright. The color's fine. You know, so, but this way, you know, you look wonderful and amazing. So I'm just offering that as a little tidbit there. Make all your major decisions and choices together. All right. Help each other to be your best always. All right. Your strengths, Joram, are your Elizabeth's weaknesses. Elizabeth, your strengths are Joram's weaknesses. But the two of you complete each other, complement each other, and you can fulfill a great void and have a very wonderful life together as a couple. Okay. All right. Strengths, weaknesses. I challenge you to learn each other's love languages. I believe that from the time we took our first breath in life, that we knew all of the love languages. How? I don't know, but we did. Okay. Because if you've ever been to a nursery, look at babies, some of them look in the eye, they stop, they're quiet down. Some of them don't stop until they get picked up. Some of them don't stop until they hear soothing sounds coming. And if they have a face mask on, they totally hate that. Okay, but anyway, if they have a face mask on, yeah. So I believe we know our love languages from day one, but it's your job, Elizabeth, to learn what Joram's favorite love languages are and the modality he wants to be served them. Joram, it's your job to learn what Elizabeth's favorite love languages are and the modality which she likes to be honored with them. Honor the favorite love languages often, but not always. Always gets boring. You don't like life to be boring. You want life to be fun and exciting, not boring. So treat each other with kindness, love, and respect. Break it up, switch it up, do what it takes. Make plans, set goals, and you can accomplish amazing things together. Okay? Because your firewalls are then up high. You can shoot your flames up just as high as you want. The fire will stay contained because your firewall's up. When your firewall's down, that's when you worry, because you need to get that back up. As a project for you only. So just make it and take care of it. Okay. So now we're ready to go into the ceremony. We're gathered here today in Provo, Utah, in our Health and Justice Building remotely to join in marriage Joram C. Miller and Elizabeth Flores. Say it again.
Aliraiz.
Okay. Okay, so Joram C. Miller, do you take Elizabeth Flores to be your legally and lawfully wedded wife, to cleave unto her as she cleaves unto you, to help her be your best as she helps you to be your best, to obey her as she obeys you? That's two-way street for both of you, okay? Through sickness, health, rich, poor, fat, thin, COVID-22, I call it like it is. Wars, riots, natural disasters, ups, downs, ins, outs, holidays, celebrations, jubilations, family, friends, nature, until death you depart.
I do.
Perfect. My witnesses heard that. So Matt, you heard that?
Yes.
John,
I
you
heard
heard that?
Clearly, yes.
Okay. Whoops, it goes down here. Okay. All right. Do you have any vows or, okay, so question. Joram, do you have a ring to put on your finger? Does Elizabeth have a ring to put on her finger?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, now because you said yes to her, you may put the ring on your finger, Elizabeth. Okay, and you may now say your vows, Joram, to Elizabeth.
The vow that I'm taking would be just as you actually stated, that for the rest of my life, I'm vowing that I will give you all of my love, all of my respect, appreciation, everything that you've ever given to me, more so back to you. And Liz, I want you to always be a part of my life. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to be your husband.
All right, perfect. Okay, John, you heard yes. Matt, you heard yes.
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 All right, thank you for sharing your vows. So you've said your vows. So now we're going to go to you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Alvarez Flores, do you take Joram C. Miller to be your legally and lawfully wedded husband, to cleave unto him as he cleaves unto you, and help him be his best as helps you be your best, to obey him as he obeys you, through sickness, health, rich, poor, fat, thin, COVID-22, blah, 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 until death you depart?
I do.
Okay, perfect. Now you may put the ring on your finger, Joram, as long as John and Matt say that she heard you say yes. They heard her say yes, sorry.
Yes, I did.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so put the ring on your finger. All right, now Liz, do you have any, yes, thank you. Do you have any vows or promises to say to Joram today?
Yeah, yes, I do have. It's just a basic one.
That's all.
I, Elizabeth Flores, take you, Joram Miller, to be my lawfully wedded husband before our loved ones, and these witnesses, I promise to love you and care for you as long as we both shall live.
Perfect. All right, so again, Matt and John, you heard her say yes in the affirmative.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, now because I also heard you say yes in the affirmative, and because Matt and John also validate the fact that you said yes willingly to each other, I now get to say this: by the authority vested in me by the laws of the state of Utah, I now pronounce you Joram C. Miller and Elizabeth Alvarez Flores legally and lawfully married as husband and wife. You may now blow kisses to each other. Now, I wish I had Wonka vision, because I could pull you out and just stick you together and you can hug and kiss each other, and then I could just ship you back to wherever you wanted to be, and that would save you a lot of time and hassle. But somebody hasn't invented that yet. I mean, it's still an idea, but somebody hasn't invented it.